Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my YouTube channel. We are going to revise Maths Paper 2 that was written recently, November 2024, Maths Paper 2 edition. I would want to extend my gratitude to Maths Guardiola for providing me with this recent question paper. Thank you so much, Say, for providing us with the question papers. I think you can see so many question papers which are written Maths Guardiola. In this video, I will be walking you through solutions to the latest Maths Paper 2 exam. Whether you are a student looking to understand the solutions to the latest exam, or you are a teacher wanting to review the solution with your class, this video is for you. We'll be going through each question step by step, explaining the methods and working used to arrive to the solution. Let us get started and dive into solutions together. So the first question was saying, find the highest common factor of 96 and 120. So what we need to do here is that we are going to express 96 and 120 as product of their prime factors. So 96 is 2 to the power of 5 times 3, and then 120 is 2 to the power of 3 times 5. And then we cancel the common factors that are in 96 and 120. We are going to have 2 times 2 times 2 times 3, so that the highest common factor is going to be 24. That is how we obtain 3 marks on first question. Let us move on to part B. It is saying, on a certain day, the temperature rose from minus 5 degrees Celsius to plus 27 degrees Celsius. Calculate the rise in the temperature. So when we are calculating temperature rise, we are going to say final reading minus initial reading. So 27 minus 5, we are going to get 32 degrees Celsius is the temperature rise. So that is how you get the second 2 marks. And then number 3, it was a question on standard form. It is saying, if R is equal to 4.2 times 10 to the power of 5 and Q is equal to 7 times 10 to the power of negative 3, calculate QR. So we are supposed to multiply Q and R and leaving our answer in standard form. So what you need to do is that you multiply the numbers that are not raised to the power of 10 on their own. So 4.2 times 7, and then we apply the multiplication law of indices. If we are multiplying, we add the powers. So we say 7 times 4.2 times 10 to the power of minus 3 plus 5, right? And then we are going to get 29.4 times 10 to the power of 2. You need to understand that standard form values, they range from 1 to 9. So we are going to convert 29.4 to be in standard form. It is going to be 2.94 times 10 to the power of 1. And we are going to add that power that is on 10 to the power of 2, so that our final answer is going to be 2.94 times 10 to the power of 3. Let us now dive on to the last question on our number 1. It was a question on sets. So it is saying, simplify 3 root 7 plus root 14 times root 2. So what we are going to do here is that we apply BODMAS because we are having mixed signs. So we are required to first multiply before we do the addition. So root 14 times root 2 is the same as saying root 28. And then we simplify root 28. It is root 4 times root 7. And root 4 is equal to 2. So we now have 3 root 7 plus 2 root 7, which is equal to 5 root 7. So that was the complete solution for number 1 that was in November 2024, Maths Paper 2. Let us now move on to number 2. Number 2, it was a question on matrices. it was saying write down the order of matrix 2, 8. So we are having a 1 row and 2 column matrix. And then part B, we are having our matrix A and our matrix B. We are supposed to evaluate A minus half B. So first we need to simplify half B. We are going to multiply half by 60 minus 42. So if we say half times 6, we get 3. Half times minus 4, we get minus 2. Half times 0, we get 0. And half times 2, we are going to get 1. And then after that, we say 5 minus 3, we get 2. 0 minus minus 2, we get 2. Minus 8 minus 0, we get minus 8. 9 minus 1, we get 8. So this is going to be our final answer. And then the second question, it was requiring us to multiply matrix A and matrix B. So we say 5 minus 8, 0, 9 times 6, 0 minus 4, 2. So when we are multiplying matrices, we are going to say row times column in the second matrix. So it is 5 times 6 plus 0 times 0. We move on, we say the first row times the second column. So we say 5 times minus 4 plus 0 times 2. We move on, we say the second row times the first column minus 8 times 6 plus 9 times 0. And then we then say the second row times the second column in the second matrix, so that it is going to be minus 8 times minus 4 plus 9 times 2. So finally we are going to get 30 minus 20 minus 48 fifth is our final answer. And then next we want to move on to C part 1. It was saying the matrix x minus 1, 2, 6, x plus 3 is singular. So you need to know that a singular matrix, it has got a determinant of 0. So we say AD minus BC is equal to 0. So x minus 1 times x plus 3 minus 6 times 2 is equal to 0. We do our expansion in order to get x times x plus 3 minus 1 x plus 3 minus cos is equal to 0. And then we add the like terms. 3x minus x, we get positive 2x. Minus 3 minus cos, we get minus 15. So our final answer is going to be x squared plus 2x minus 15 is equal to 0. So the question was requiring us to show that it reduces to x squared plus 2x minus 15 is equal to 0. And we have managed to do that. And then the second part, it is saying x squared plus 2x minus 15 is equal to 0. So what we are going to do here is that we need to factorize this trinomial. X squared times minus 15, we get minus 15x squared. And then we look for two factors of minus 15x squared, which when we add, we get 2x. So we have 5x minus 3x, right? We are going to rewrite minus 15x squared as 5x. We are going to write 2x as 5x minus 3x, right? So we factorize in group. For the first group, we now have x times x plus 5. For the second group, we are now having minus 3 times x plus 5. So if we factorize, we are going to have x plus 5 times x minus 3 is equal to 0. And then we then say either x plus 5 is equal to 0. It implies that x is equal to negative 5. Or x minus 3 is equal to 0. It implies that x is equal to 3. Therefore, our x is going to be either minus 5 or 3. So this was the complete solution for number 2 that was in November 2024. We now need to move on to the third question. The third question, it was on consumer arithmetic. It is saying the selling price of a certain model of a mobile phone is $2,760, including a value-added tax of 15%. Calculate the price of the mobile phone, excluding the value-added tax. So what we are going to do here is that we are going to say that 2,760 is equivalent to 115%. We add 15% to 100%, and then the cost price before the VAT, it is going to be 100%. So we need to find the equivalent of 100%. We are going to apply proportion. If 115% is equal to 2,760, what about 100%? It is going to be less. So we say 100 over 115 times 2,760 in order to get our price of mobile phone excluding VAT is 2,400. And then number 2, there was a question on exchange rate. It is saying the exchange rate of Zimbabwean dollars to Botswana pula on a certain day was 9 ZL to 1 pula. Find the cost of mobile phone in pula. So here again we need to apply proportion. We are saying ZWL9 is equivalent to 1 pula. What about ZW 2,760? It is going to be more. So it is 2,760 over 9 times 1 pula. In order to get our cost price is 307 pula. And then part 3, a salesperson is paid 3.5% commission for each same model of mobile phone sold. Calculate the total commission the salesperson gets when 23 such mobile phones are sold. So first we need to calculate the commission for one phone. We say 3.5% times 2,760. We are going to get our final answer is $96.6. This is the commission for one phone. What about commission for 23 phones? We are now going to say 96.6 times 23 in order to get our final answer is 2,221.80 cents, right? And then part B, there was a question on consumer arithmetic. Electricity consumed by a household in a month is charged using the following consumption bins, right? So calculate the cost of 375 units bought by a household. So what we are going to do here is that we are given that for the first 50 units, they are going to say $2.25. For the second, from 51 to 100, they say $4.51. And then from 101 to 300, they say $11.26. 301 and above, they say $12.94. So we are going to sum up for us to reach 375. It means that we need to take the first 50 units, the second 50 units, the third 200 units, and then lastly the 75 units. So it is going to be 50 times $2.25 plus 50 times $4.51 plus 200 times 11.26, and then finally 75 times $12.94. In order to get our final answer is $3,560.50. So that was all about the consumer arithmetic that was on number 3 in November 2024. We now need to proceed to number 4. Number 4, it was a question on menstruation. It was saying the diagram shows in athletics field. It is made up of a rectangular A, B, C, D, E, and 2 semicircles, each of radius 31.8 meters. In the question, take pi to be 3.142. Calculate the length of arc BCD. So you need to know the formula of calculating perimeter of circle. Either we say pi times diameter or we say 2 times pi r. But in this case, it is not a full circle because we are just required to find length of arc BCD. So we are going to say half times 2 times pi times r, and on our pi we substitute 3.142, and then on our radius we substitute 31.8. so that our final answer is going to be 99.9156 meters. And then the next question, we are required to find the perimeter of athletics field. So when we are saying perimeter, it is the distance around the shape, right? So we are having two semicircles, isn't it? And also we are having that 100 meters at the top and also 100 meters at the bottom. So we say 2 times half pi r squared plus length times width, isn't it? Sorry, 2 times 99.9156. Sorry, I'm mixing up. We are still on perimeter. So we say 2 times 100 meters plus 2 times 99.9156. So that our final answer is going to be 399.8312 meters. That is the perimeter. And then next we want to find the total area of the athletics field to the nearest square meter. So we are going to say our area is area of 2 semicircles plus area of rectangle. So area of 2 semicircles, it is 2 times half pi r squared plus length times width, isn't it? We substitute correctly. On pi we put 3.142, and then on radius we put 31.8, and then for our length times width, we are given that the radius is 31.8. So it means that for the diameter, it is going to be 31.2. So that is why we are saying 100 times 2 times 31.2. And then we are going to get 9,537.310608. So here I first made a mistake because I didn't realize that the question is saying to the nearest square meter. But if degree of accuracy is not provided, we round to 3 significant figures. In this case, they provided us accuracy, right? Degree of accuracy. They said to the nearest square meter. So it is going to be 9,537 square meters to the nearest square meters, right? And then finally on part 4, it is saying the cost of covering the whole athletics field with grass, if it costs 620 per square meter. So here we apply proportion. If 1 square meter is equal to $620, what about 9,537 square meters? It is going to be more. So we now say 9,537 over 1 times 620 in order to get our final answer is 5,912,940. And then we are also having that question on simple map problems. It is saying on a map, the length AB is represented by line 4 centimeters. So what they are meaning here is that 4 centimeters is representing 100 meters, but we are supposed to write in the form 1:n. So what we are going to do here is we need to convert 100 meters into centimeters. You know that 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. What about 100 meters? We say 100 times 100 in order to get 10,000 centimeters. So 4 centimeters is representing 10,000 centimeters. We divide both sides by 4 so that our scale is going to be 1:2,500. So this was the complete solution. The question that was on number 5 on menstruation. And then lastly today, we are now going to wind off our section A. It was a question on locus and construction. That was the last question in section A. It is saying use ruler and compasses only for all construction and show clearly all construction lines and arcs. All construction should be done on a single diagram. A. Construct a triangle ABC with BC is equal to 10.5 centimeters. ABC is equal to 90 degrees and BCA is equal to 30 degrees, right? So what we are going to do here is, first we need to make our canvas to be 10.5 centimeters wide. After that, we construct, we draw a line which is 10.5 centimeters, right? And then we need to construct some arcs at both ends, so that we are going to label both ends BC. That is the first step, because we are given that our BC is 10.5 centimeters. And then after that, we need to construct our 90 degrees, right? And then after that, we move on to C. On C, we need to construct 60 degrees, right? And then after constructing 60 degrees, we then construct an angle bisector of 60 degrees for us to have that 30 degrees. And then after that, we then join C to A, so that we are now going to have our complete triangle ABC. And then next, also make sure that you label BC is going to be 10.5 centimeters, ABC we label 90 degrees, and BCA we label 30 degrees. And then on part B, construct locus of points equidistant from AB and AC. So when you are asked locus of points that are equidistant from two lines, we are going to construct an angle bisector. So we just need to construct angle bisector of BAC, right? And then on part 2, construct locus of points 3 centimeters from BC. So it means that we are supposed to construct two parallel lines, right? So what we are going to do is that we need to draw some arcs both at the top and at the bottom, and then we draw a tangent of those arcs. That is how we are going to construct parallel lines that are above and below BC. And then next, measure and write down the length of AB. So I measured the length of AB and obtained 6 centimeters. And then lastly, a point R is inside the triangle, right? It is nearer to AB than AC. So we are having that angle bisector line, right? It is the one that is going to divide for it to be nearer AB than AC, right? And also we are given that it is less than 3 centimeters from BC. So it is supposed to be within the distance that is there between the parallel lines, but inside the triangle. So that is the region which is satisfying these conditions. So that was all about the locus in construction. That was in November 2024. This marks the end of our tutorial today. For section A of November 2024, I will upload section B on Monday. Please get connected, right? Thank you so much, guys, for following me on this channel. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share my videos. And also, I'm kindly inviting you, if you want to write next year in June. I'm starting with June 2025 candidates on 1 November 2024. So you need to contact me on 0776 824159 so that you start with others. You are going to learn at a good pace and make sure that you will be ready to pass your June 2025 mathematics and combined science. This is Eve signing out. Thank you, guys.